Write to heal. 3 questions that will change you. Full extended script. You don't need to be in therapy to begin your healing. You don't need perfect words or a dramatic breakthrough. Sometimes all it takes is a pen. Writing isn't just expression, it's transformation. It gives shape to feelings you've buried. It gives voice to parts of you that have gone unheard for too long. Today, I'll share 3 simple but powerful questions. Questions that can open a door inside you. Questions that, if you're honest with yourself, may gently change the way you see your life. Let's begin. Why writing heals? When you write, you slow down. You pause long enough to actually listen, not to the noise of the world, but to yourself. Your thoughts have space to unfold. Your emotions, which might have been tangled or vague, begin to take form. Even the act of putting pen to paper can be grounding, anchoring you in the present. Writing helps you observe what's going on beneath the surface. And what you can observe, you can begin to understand. And what you can understand, you can begin to heal. There's a quote I love by Flannery O'Connor. Writing is the act of discovering what you believe. So today, I invite you to discover something about yourself. Not through thinking, not through talking, but through writing. Question 1. What am I avoiding right now? It's a question that gets right to the heart of things. It cuts through the distractions. It bypasses the surface. So much of our suffering comes not from the thing itself, but from avoiding it. We avoid conversations, decisions, emotions, truths. And yet, what we avoid usually holds the key to our next step. Ask yourself, am I avoiding a feeling, a memory, a change I know I need to make but haven't had the courage to face? When you write about what you're avoiding, you begin to take your power back. You name it. You face it, gently, at your own pace. And in doing so, you stop letting it control you in silence. Question 2. What do I need to forgive myself for? This question can be tender, even painful, but it's one of the most healing questions you can ask. So many of us are carrying invisible burdens, old guilt, unspoken shame, moments we replay over and over in our minds, wishing we had done better, said something different, been someone else. But you are not that version of you anymore. And continuing to punish yourself doesn't honor your growth. When you write about what you need to forgive yourself for, you make space for compassion. You remind yourself that it's okay to be human, that you were learning, that you still are. And healing begins not when we get it all right, but when we give ourselves the grace to move forward. Question 3. What do I want to feel more of in my life? Not what do I want to have, not what do I want to achieve, but what do I want to feel? So many of us are chasing things, thinking those things will bring us happiness. But beneath every goal is a feeling we're longing for. Peace, excitement, belonging, freedom, love. When you ask yourself this question, you start aligning with your true desires, not just society's checklist. You may realize that you already have access to some of those feelings right now. And if you don't, you can begin to create moments, habits, and choices that bring them closer. So, how do you use these questions? Here's the good news. There's no wrong way. You don't have to write a perfect answer. You don't even have to write a full page. You just need to be honest. Write in the morning, before the world gets loud, or right before bed when things quiet down. Light a candle, put on soft music, create a space where your thoughts can land safely. You can return to these questions once a week, or whenever life feels confusing, heavy, or overwhelming. Let the page become your mirror, not to judge you, but to reflect you. You'll be amazed at what comes forward when you give yourself the space to listen, or answers, or advice. Sometimes, all it needs is a quiet moment, a blank page, and the courage to begin. If this helped you pause, reflect, or feel just a little more connected to yourself, subscribe for more slow, thoughtful spaces where you can return to yourself. One breath, one word, one page at a time.